Content conflict is an extremely useful tool for successful teams who know what is right is more important than who is right. This is something that can make or break a team and its success. It also takes into effect procedure conflict and relationship conflict. Content conflict is also something that is important and necessary to move forward in a successful team. The book tells us successful teams welcome differing opinions. It's important to be able to share differing points of view and opinions without being offended and causing a relationship conflict. You won't always be right, but that doesn't mean you'll always be wrong if your idea isn't used. This is something that isn't easy for us as people. Lots of us don't like rejection, so we react in a couple of ways. We either don't want to be rejected, so we don't voice our opinion, or we get upset and offended if our idea we voice isn't seen as the right idea and used. However, in a good team atmosphere, we can and we should look for different ideas as a good thing. We have to put our pride aside and be humble. Even though your idea may not be used fully, it might spark another idea or be part of the idea that is eventually implemented. As a member of a team, we should always be trying to help the team get better and work together for a greater goal than our own individual success and being right. As a member of the team, we should be looking at the bigger picture and finding what is right for the team or to meet the desired goals ahead. I think we have all experienced content conflict in one way or another in life, hopefully more in a positive light. I know for my own experiences, I've seen both sides of the content conflict spectrum. With one team I've worked on in our office, we bounced ideas off of one another. It didn't matter our position or how much experience we had in the industry. All ideas were welcome, whether it was the boss or whether it was the guy that was just hired 2 weeks ago. Because of this, we were able to achieve goals and projects with our little team that took other companies double the people to bring those same goals to fruition. My next company that I worked for gave lip service to this idea, but in reality, it was the exact opposite. If the boss said something, even though he hadn't been in our position in over a decade, we had to just nod our head and agree to it. Nobody's ideas were correct or good enough. And if you opposed his ideas or what he wanted us to do, you would cause problems with the boss and your managers. If you had a problem with the way something was going, you had a problem with the boss, and that made it to where the managers had a problem, and that problem was you. We had just as many people as other companies, but we struggled to stay relevant and in competition. We would have meeting after meeting of why we were doing terrible, why we needed to do better, and what we were doing wrong. Um, but the constant conflict was seen as a negative, and because of that, we didn't find success in achieving the outcome we desired as a team. So, as we move forward in our careers and teams, let us look for more success by being a team member who welcomes content conflict and find the right way to meet the goals we set for our teams through varying ideas and options.